Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septerra18. I have here some do-it-yourself file tab page dividers that I've made, and you can make these really easily. It's a great crafting on a budget project, and if you like making file tab page dividers, or you want to know how to make these without using a die or a file tab shape punch, you can make these just with your paper trimmer or your pair of scissors. And I also had done a video a while back, and I shared with you on different ways you could make your own do-it-yourself file tab page dividers just using your paper scraps and your paper punches or your scissors. And this is just some of the different ways you could make them. So you can have them on the edge of your page this way or on the top. And then I've also done another style of different shapes here. And then there is also this one, and I will put that video down below for you if you haven't seen that video, and you can have a look and see how I made these. And you can also make this really easily. Just a great way to add some decorative file tab to the edges of your pages or other projects. And I'm going to show you some inspirational project ideas where you could use these sort of tabs on the projects that I have. But I also had changed it up a little bit with the file tabs and made them this way. So these are just some of the other ones that I made, and I'm going to show you what I've done with these ones if you also wanted to use these tabs in the same way I had made mine. I made these as file tab pocket cards, and I didn't waste any of the papers when you cut it out. So these are just some of the ones that I've made, and you can make these in different lengths, and then you can trim them down when you put them on your page to however you like the length of it. And another great way to make these file tabs shapes, you can use your 6x6 paper, and what you do is to make these ones, you're going to cut it at 2 inches wide. And then if you have a 6x6 paper, you can cut these into 3 strips. So you'll have 2 inches by 6 inches, and you'll have 3 strips of these, and you can make 3 of these tabs. And so the ones I'm going to show you are made using a 6-inch in length by 2 inches. And these ones are just shorter ones, just using my paper scraps. And if you have little small paper scraps, if you have them no less than 2.5 inches wide by 2 inches, that'll work to make it into this size. Anything less than 2.5 inches in length will just look, you won't have much of this little tail end at the bottom. But you can play around with it to however you like your length and your width of your file tab shape, but this is the size that I'm going to be working with. So I'm just going to show you a couple of ways what you can do with these sort of file tabs with the strip at the end. So what I've done with these ones, and I'm going to do a little craft with me or tutorial on how to make these. These are just like your 3x4 note cards, or if you had 3x4 journaling cards. I have a ton of these. I just decorated the top of the journal card and placed it on the top, and then you got that file tab, and then you also got a nice decorative pattern from front and back. And this is just using a single-sided paper. Again, I've just cut this at 3x4 inches for the note card, and then I added the file tab at the top, and the part that I cut off here, I place it on the bottom so I didn't waste it, and also decorates the bottom part of your note card. And then you can write a message here. You can use this as a recipe card. You could just have these and make a bunch of them and have them into like a little box and have like file cards in there. Or if you have a memory decks punch, you can punch it down here, and you've got a couple of these memory decks cards. And this is another one that I made, and I changed this up and made it into a note card with a pocket. So there's a pocket in there, And I have a lot of plain cardstock, so I just cut some cardstock in 3 by 4 inch cardstock as the base of the note card, and then decorate it with the file tab and the extra piece at the bottom. Added another piece here to create a pocket, and I'll show you how to do this as well. And that's the back. And then this one here is one where I added some hearts to the front using a heart punch, and this would make great as a way to gift some ephemera pieces to a crafty friend, or you can use this pocket to add like some button cards, some washi sample, some trim sample, and you can just tuck it in the pocket. I've just got some ephemera pieces in here just to show you. You can add a few ephemera pieces, and this is how the pocket looks like. And this is using black cardstock, and the heart punch that I used, I think I've got it here, is this size. I think it's a 28mm in size. It's just a heart punch you can probably get in a lot of craft supply stores. So it's I think it is 28mm. I don't have a ruler, so it's about under an inch in size. And that's how this looks like. So, and I'll also do I'll make one of these in this video if you wanted to make it like this, if you have the same heart punch. And then this one here, I made another one like this one. I just used a music sheet and added that to the note card to make the pocket. So these are great too if you are a junk journal crafter. You could use your digitals, you could use your music paper, book pages. And this one uses a white cardstock. And this is another one. I added some trims. So with this one I added a couple little dangles to this one just to decorate the end of the file tab. And then this one I added another dangle. I'm going to make a few of these, I think, and I'll add these to my Etsy store. So I'm going to make a few dangles in case you wanted to use these in your projects. So this one also has the hearts in the front to create the pocket. And that's the back. So that's just another fun idea to make with the file tabs. And then you could also add them to the edge of your journal pages. This is one of the little slim journal that I made in my recent video that I was making for myself to keep. And I've got a few pages in here, and what I've done here is I added the file tabs along the edge here. So this is one of them, and then I added another one at the back here. And then going along to the next page, I added that to the bottom. So I just sort of staggered them that way. So that's just another way you can do that. So what you do is, let's say these are your pages in your journal. You can just grab one and then you can place it along there. And also decorates a plain white page. And then you just grab the next one and you keep going, and then you will decide if you want to make this longer or shorter. So I made mine with the 6 inch in length. So I did that and placed that sort of there at the top, and then just trim off the excess, move along to the next page, and then just place just below that one like that. And then just go on to the next page and just keep going along. I'm just sliding it in this way so you can see. And then you sort of just place them so that they're all lined up, sort of like that on the edge. And it just sort of decorates your page, or you can have it that way. So that's another way to do that. If you just want to use some of your scrap pieces of paper, let me just see, let's say any size you have, like these are just smaller pieces of papers. You can grab your little piece, you can just add that to the top like that, glue that down, and then you've got a nice file tab note card facing up. And also decorate your top. You can go this way, you can go that way. So there's just a couple of other ways you could do that. So just another great way to use these shapes. I'm going to show you how to make these, and then I'm going to make these little pockets as well, just to show you how you can make these with your 3x4 size papers. So let me just see what I have here. I did trim some out. So what I've done, I did use 6-inch in length papers, and then I cut them down to 2 inches. So they're 2 inches by 6 inches. So I just did a few and trimmed them all down. So you can see I've got them all here. And I grabbed some plain cardstock or whatever papers you want to use as your note card, and I cut them at 3 by 4 inches. I'm just going to grab them here. So it was 3 inches by 4 inches. So there's a few here that I've already cut out, and it makes it easier if you've got your plain papers and then your tabs are your pattern papers. Alright, so let's make the file tabs first before I make the pockets. If you don't have a paper trimmer, you can just use your scissors to make the to cut the little piece out. I'm just going to grab one of these. Actually, I'm going to use the ones that I'm going to use for the project. So let me just use these two. Actually, I might cut this one first. Now what you're going to do first, once you've cut your paper at your 2 inch by 6 inches, you're just going to fold it in half, or you can use your scoreboard if you want a perfect score line. I'm just going to fold it. And just have a look where, if you have like a pattern piece, just see where you like your tab part to be showing on your pattern. Sometimes that's what I do, so like that part there, and it'll be where the fold is. So for me, I might just have this side. I'm not really fast. And what we do is we are going to cut along the left side. We're going to cut up, and you're going to stop at whatever height you want the width of your tab, and we're just going to cut it by going in 1/2 inch from the fold line. So you're going to go in half, it's pretty much halfway, and you're going to cut all the way up and stop to wherever you want the length of your file tab. I'm going to use my trimmer, and I'm going to use some washi tape. I'm going to line the fold along the 1/2 inch. It's a 1/2 inch mark there. And I'm just going to use some washi tape just to keep it still on my trimmer so it doesn't slide when I drop the part where I need to make the cut. So I'm just going to just do that. Just keeps it steady. And then I'm going to cut up and stop. I'm going to stop mine at the number 5 mark. If you have the same trimmer as mine, I'm going to stop it at the number 5. So I'm going to cut all the way up and stop there. And I can take this out. And so I'm going to make a couple more. And then what we'll do here is we are then just going to just cut that out where the fold line is. So we're just going to cut down. And then you've got this little extra piece, put that to the side, and now you've got this piece, and that's already been cut. I'm going to corner around this corner with my We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder punch. You can use whatever you have if you want to do that. And that just tidies up that corner. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm just going to cut a couple more because I want to use it for the projects that I'm going to do. So let me go and fold this one over. So you can see we make it again one more time. And I'll just do one more. And I might use, actually, I might use this one. You can fast forward this part if you've already got the idea on how to do these. I just thought I'd just make these quickly now in this video. I don't know how to fast forward this part in the editing, so I'm not good at editing videos. Alright, so I think we'll just do these three for now, so we can move on to the next step. So if you want to make it with a 3x4 card, you need to make it the same measurements as my one, but you can make your note cards whatever size you like, or your papers. So what we'll make first, I'm going to make I'll do the one with the hearts. So let me see. So I'm going to grab one of my cardstock, pick out which one I want to use. So I might use this one. So that's what we'll do. So on the 4-inch length, this will get placed like that, and you're going to line it up on the edge. And then you can see it looks like a file tab. And now we'll just glue that down. I can glue it. And just glue all along the inside. So just lining the edge here with the edge of your note card. So that should all be glued. And then this little excess piece, you just trim that off when it's already dry. So I'll just cut that out now. So there's that part done. Then you've got this little extra piece, and that piece will get placed on the bottom just like that. I should have, I think I might trim that down a little bit because you can see it's overhanging. So I'm going to just glue the back piece first only. And just placing the edge of that card just above the fold line a little bit. Just lining that up on one edge. I mustn't have cut my paper the right measurement, so, and that way this can fold up easily. So now that part's sort of left open, we're just going to glue a little bit there and a little bit on this side. Just going to glue that down, and that sort of already gives you that little pocket there. But because I want to give it a little bit more depth for the pocket so that whatever you have in there doesn't fall out, I did add these hearts. But you can actually use whatever you want. If you don't have a heart shape, you don't have to do that. You can add another piece of paper there if you wanted to. I'm just going to trim off this little extra piece because it's kind of bothering me. Just try and line this up as best I can. Okay, that's a bit better now. So I just have to add a bit more glue there. So that should be right. And now I'm just going to punch out 5 heart shapes using another piece of paper. What do I got here? I'll just use this one. What have I got? I didn't bring much of my paper scraps. So let's punch out 5 of these. Oops. That one didn't turn out. Let me just punch out some more. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to place there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the edge there and at the bottom, and that will just hold that end. So just a bit of glue there and at the bottom. And I'm just going to place it like that, and that will hold that side closed. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue on the bottom of the next heart. Just lay it on top of that one, and then it will get glued to the bottom, and then I just keep repeating that all the way till I get to the end. And then before the glue dries, I will try and get all the hearts to all line up nicely inside the note card, because I don't want the last one to overhang at the end or a little bit too short. Just going to place that. So that one will be perfect, and I can move the rest along a little bit just to even it up. Just move these along. And what I should have done, I've got this piece of card. I'm just going to place this on the, should have done that first. That's just to stop the glue from the back of the hearts gluing onto the note card. So I'm just going to do that and just move these along a little bit. Better, somewhat better. So that should, once that's dried, that'll give me now that little pocket insert of file tab shape note card, pocket note card. So that's how I've done my heart. Oh, actually, I forgot to add a bit of glue to the end of this side, just so that it doesn't come out. So the end one. So now that could stay in place on the ends. So that one's done. Very cute, very pretty. And then you can punch a hole here, add some dangles. You can embellish this top part here. You can add some trim along the edge here. So much you can do to decorate it. And that one's done. I'll just quickly now make one with the music sheet. So these two are the same. It's just I just used different papers and I tore the edge. So I'm going to do one with the music sheet with another piece. So I've got some music sheet paper. I'm just going to grab another one. I might use the white one. I like the white colour. It looks nice and fresh. Let's make it with, which one shall I make it with? This one? Or this one that I made? I might use this one. Actually, I might use this one. What do you think? And you can even go that way if you like. And if you've got double-sided paper, you can decide which side you want to use. I think I'll use this one. No, actually, sorry, I just can't decide. I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, let's use this one. So again, I'm just going to glue. Oh, and also, I forgot to do, let me just do that. I want to corner around that corner. Where was that one that I just made? Okay, I don't know how I've just lost that one I made. Anyway, I'll find it in a minute. I can do it with this one. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Here it is here. I just got to do it before I forget. I'm just going to corner around that corner like that, and it just finishes off that part. And I'm just going to grab another piece. Let's do one more. Do that again. That part's done, and this little piece was that piece that was trimmed off the top, and that's going to get placed along the bottom there like that. And we'll do the same thing. I might go that way. No, I'll go this way. We're going to do the same, add glue to the back. Place that just on top of the fold. And now before we glue this part down, we are going to grab your extra piece of your paper scraps or whatever you have, and I'm just going to just tear this first. Just grab this last bit. I might just cut that out. That way it can sit in there nicely. So this piece is going to get placed inside. So what I'll do is I'm just going to tear sort of at an angle going down. Give me enough to play with, and that's going to get placed in there like that. And then you can just keep tearing until you're happy with the depth of your paper. So I'm just going to put mine there like that, and then I'm just going to go to the back and trim off the edge. Trim off this piece, and I'll glue this down. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit more. So what we'll do is now we'll just put glue on both these ends. Place that inside like that. And then we'll glue down this whole piece here. And that will close up the bottom part of the pocket. There, and now you have yourself a pocket in there. And I'll corner around this piece here, or that corner, and then that decorates that part. So these are just some fun ways to make some file tab pocket note cards. So much fun. I like making these. Makes great little gifts to gift to your crafty friend. Great if you're a junk journal crafter. You can make these using your digitals, your tea sandpaper, music sheets, book pages. So I just wanted to share with you some fun ways making these tabs using your paper scraps, your 6x6 papers, double-sided papers, and you can have fun using these for any of your projects. So I hope you enjoyed this project share, inspiration ideas, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.